What up? It's your girl Sharryse, and I'm live with this very talented man. He's a triple threat, an actor, a director, and he studies martial arts. He is making a name for himself in New York. That's no other than Mr. Pierre Edwards. What's up?
Hey, what's going on? How you doing? Thanks for having me.
Oh, man, my pleasure. Thank you for being here tonight with me. Are you ready to jump into this interview?
I hope so. Let's go.
All right. So tell our listeners where you're from.
I'm from New York City, Brooklyn, New York City to be exact.
All right. Concrete jungle, right?
Yeah, man, like no other.
Now, what's your nationality? I know we spoke on it before, but I definitely think the listeners need to know.
Yeah, I am a first generation Haitian American, which means both my parents are from Haiti, but I myself was born and raised in Brooklyn, New York City.
All right. Have you visited?
Yes, I have.
At all?
Yes, I actually have. I visited allegedly twice, but I'm gonna just say once because I don't remember the first time. I was way too small. So, yeah, I've definitely been to Haiti. Wow, what could I say about Haiti? Like, if I mean, I don't even know how many people are even aware of what Haiti's like or what they've heard or anything else like that. But, you know, I myself was one of those people who's only heard things. So, you know, for me to go over there, my personal experience with there was very eye-opening and something I still can't help but to quite put a finger on, you know?
Okay, what exactly did you see? What was your experience like?
I've never been somewhere where you just feel nothing but the extremes, meaning extreme beauty, I was just marveling. Like, I was just second I came off the plane and I looked to the side and I just seen, you know, just the range of mountains, the nature, and I was just like, wow, this is, like, it was breathtaking. It was absolutely breathtaking for me to be in a tropical environment and just the stillness and the beauty and so forth. And then walking through the airport for me to see, you know, like, see people, like some of the people going around over there. And I started to see poverty because the beggars, they target the airports area whenever tourists are coming or people visiting from Europe, Canada, United States. You know, so I started to see that, and you know, I had to be picked up. I had a cousin who actually was just unfortunately murdered.
Oh, my condolences.
Yeah,
prayers to your family.
Thank you so much. Maybe about a week and a half ago, actually, he was a journalist, and he was murdered right after his radio show. The people were protesting. His name is all over the internet right now. But yeah, he is the one who came and he picked me and my mother up. And where he took me to another part of the city where I had family living there. And that's where I can honestly tell you, I've never sat comfortably like the way I sat comfortably over there. I mean, if I wanted to go upstairs and caught the breeze, I sat on the rooftop. There was a view of like, you know, the sea, mango tree above my head. I just was mango off the tree and just like I'm not gonna be able to just go from one extreme to another extreme back to a whole nother extreme like that. And then, you know, just, you know, servants in the house and things of that nature. So, you know, it was just so much for me to just take in. You know, so much for me to take in. And then I realized that there was so much more that I had yet to see. There was so much more paradise that I had yet to experience, had yet to see. I didn't, you know, so I always wanted to go back and really get a real feel of some other places, because it was a lot. I mean, Haiti is a lot larger than one city, and a lot of the press comes from things going on in one city, whereas the rest of the country is pretty much, you know, non-covered. No one's covering what's going on in the rest of the country. But, you know, I myself, I've only seen a small percentage of Haiti, and I've only experienced a very, very small percentage of it. So, yeah.
Well, I definitely hope you get a chance to go back and experience more on a larger scale. You know, be there a little longer than what you were there for. So, let's talk about martial arts. What's the background story behind that?
I don't think it's. I just remember there was a time when I was a kid, every boy wanted to learn martial arts. I was no different from any other boy in the sense that you ran, you wanted to brag to everybody, I could run faster than you. You know, I could do this better than you, I could do that. But, you know, you're competitive at everything, right? And you also want to do everything that's cool. And one of the coolest things that any kid would see is what's going on TV and, you know, martial arts movies and television shows and cartoons and everything else. And I used to think that martial artists were the ultimate athletes. I thought they did everything because that's how the movie showed it, right? So I used to think if I went to a martial arts school, I'd automatically become a gymnast. I'd automatically become, you know, a specialist in this, that, and everything else because, you know, every time they showcased, especially like, I mean, martial artists didn't just fight. They also fought and somersaulted and flipped and did all these different things. So I used to even watch the gymnastics competition sometimes and thinking, oh, these guys, they only do gymnastics. They can't do karate and gymnastics. So if I go to karate school, I could do that and that, you know. So I used to look at martial artists like they were superior to all. And, you know, I was very foolish. I believed everything I saw in TV and the movies. It was so intriguing. So I had the opportunity to do it, and I loved it. Absolutely loved it. I loved the feeling of it. There's certain parts of it that I loved more than others, but it's just, and I met so many cool people, and I loved the vibe of it, the brotherhood, and that I experienced. And little by little, I just found like 1,000 little goals every single day to just go for. So stuck with it for a very long time. I've trained under many teachers, and I learned a lot. You know, I've trained in Hong Kong. I've trained in Hong Kong. I've trained in actually just several months ago, I was in Valencia, in Spain, and I had the pleasure of training with martial artists over there as well. So I absolutely love it. Absolutely love it.
Okay. Who do you look up to within the martial arts sector? Is there any mentor or someone who inspires you, maybe?
Absolutely. My teachers inspire me. I say I have a trifecta of teachers that I really look up to right now. My teacher, Tiger Jude Innocent. My other teacher, Vincent Lin, who I'm training extensively right now under directly. He's the one who basically took me to Spain. He is an absolutely incredible martial artist, an incredible humanitarian as well. He's active worldwide in saving child slaves. He's trying to end child slavery worldwide.
Wow.
Yeah. He goes on missions, and he's been involved in freeing children that have been enslaved in West Africa.
Does that include like human trafficking, sex trafficking, things like that?
He's against all human trafficking, but his focus so far has been on the child slave trade, which does actually grow to involve sex trafficking because some of the young girls that are kept are actually, like, as they grow older, you know,
they get thrown into that environment. Unbelievable some of the things that I've been learning about this, and, you know, to find out how widespread it is and the fact that it goes on even here in the United States is what's really horrible. You know, it's saddening for real.
Yeah, so that's his current passion. And he also, and this is a crazy part that I'm going to say this, he also had an extensive film career in Hong Kong as well. So he trained extensively in martial arts his whole life, but went to Hong Kong to follow the footsteps of his idol, which was Bruce Lee. And he became a film star.
Wow.
Yeah. So a lot of times...
What a wonderful mentor to have in your life to connect with.
Absolutely. I'm incredibly fortunate. Of
Now,
course,
would
I
you
didn't.
say martial arts was the segue into acting for you?
No, no, I wouldn't say martial arts was a segue into acting. Martial arts was kind of more. Um, it was something that I kept separate. It was something that I
Okay.
kept separate, but um, it's weird in a sense because it's one of those things that I just felt like if I was around actors, I felt
Mhm.
like it was like the martial arts was like a jewel of mine that I had in my pocket. You know, like this really, really, really incredible sparkly jewel that I had
Mhm.
in my pocket. Because I know that there are people when they say they want to do martial arts on camera, they want to do martial arts on, they want to become like action stars and so forth.
Mhm.
People have to remind them that they do have to learn how to act, and therefore
Right.
they do so. They do so. They take a few acting classes, but you know their focus is to make sure that their kicks are beautiful, you know, their punches look crisp, and they just look like they're believable fighters and so forth. And that's great because that in itself is a very, very complex and intricate art. However, you know, learning how to act, learning to do drama and so forth, I wanted to always throw myself into it 100%, and really come out as someone who can go on Broadway, off Broadway,
Mhm.
or any platform, and truly, truly, truly deliver in that sense. So, martial arts, is something that I always respected as not just something because you know I can honestly tell you the truth that it had a more personal place in my life.
Mhm.
It had a more personal place in my life. What it was able to do for me physically and mentally and emotionally had nothing to do with acting. I was crazy about martial arts before I even thought about doing acting.
Okay.
So I never looked at it as two things. And the person who encouraged me to get into acting is not a martial artist neither. He was actually my vocal instructor. Um,
Okay.
right. So because you know I also was we've had conversations. I told you that I was also a musician. I sang, I wrote songs. So
Yes,
all these
you
things were
did.
things that were just different. Like they were just I just had these things almost as if I organized everything separately.
Okay.
And
I like that.
yeah, that's kind of how I had things going before.
Okay. Now, have you ever decided that you wanted to maybe do something like stunt doubles and like, you know,
I
be in
came
that
close.
field of work?
I came close. I I came close. There was one point where I actually auditioned in front of James Liu, who is the stunt coordinator, not just of John Wick, but also of Luke Cage, Netflix Luke Cage.
Yeah, I
And
love Luke Cage. That was awesome.
yeah, and I auditioned at an event in Times Square once with a few others, and several of them that I auditioned alongside, a few of them actually have gone on to become stunt performers. And it was something that some people who were judging actually thought that I was going to get the job as Luke Cage stunt double because of my look.
Mhm.
You know, I wasn't really interested in doing stunt work in that sense because I really always wanted to do actual acting. And when I mean
Right.
actual acting, like getting the opportunity to act and have on camera roles, an opportunity
Right.
to have lines and so forth. And I know stunt work is incredible. It's an incredible industry. It's there are people who really, really, really love and want and desire the opportunity to do stunts and just stunts.
Right.
And I'm not one of those people. And
Okay.
yeah, I'm not actually one of those people. But I absolutely did take classes to learn how to do stunts, how to fall, how to sell, and things of that nature. So it's a very important piece of the puzzle.
It is. I totally agree. But hey, you're not doing it, so it's all good.
Yeah.
Now, as an actor, how do you perfect your craft? Because I know that you're very passionate about acting.
Yeah, I find acting to be, you know, I think from the time that we're born up until the time we're gone, we receive stories, we give stories. Acting is, I'd say, the highest form of storytelling.
Very
And
true.
storytelling is how many people educate themselves, and many
Mhm.
people educate others about a lot of things. And the weird part about acting is, not only are like you can take on a role, and you can take on a role and you try to get to know the character, but what you really do, as far as what I've experienced from time to time, and I'm talking about experiences I had, even just taking an acting class, whether I'm in
Mhm.
college or anything else like that. Like even at the lowest scale, if you actually just sit down to be able to properly take on a character, you actually have to get to know that character, get to understand the character on a deep level, and find yourself in that character, or find that character within yourself. And that's how you can actually become that character, and express and emote, and possibly present that character in a way where the audience, no matter whomever, how many people it is, can get the best understanding of who that character is. So I've done things like where I've acted like a drug addict, prisoner who, um, let's say let's say found God and wanted to educate people to stay away from his path. You know,
Mhm.
I've watched Scared. I remember doing research by watching Scared Straight. Watching Scared Straight, and seeing, if there was something that I could do, that basically was like, I tried to mimic what I've seen other people do, and maybe that might help in the process. But I really just think it's about really feeling something out and doing it
Mhm.
over and over again, having a lot of repetition. Um, Sometimes when you actually do something once or twice and you think you got it, you don't really give yourself an opportunity to really, really, really explore up to the point where it becomes just a part of you. It becomes second nature. So I believe in repetition. I believe in being open-minded. I believe in just trying it all out. And I believe in just clearing my mind, and opening myself up in a way maybe someone wouldn't normally be able to do so unless they weren't nervous, they weren't thinking about 100,000 things and so forth. So I think it's just about taking your time, giving yourself a chance to just relax, reach a very calm place, and then move slowly. Even if you have to put yourself in that person's shoes, even if you have to maybe think about whether something like this has happened to you before, or maybe you can even, maybe there's some moments in a story where something that this character went through possibly had happened to you or someone that you know, and you've gone through it, and you can relate to something like an emotion, a feeling, a moment. And
Right.
yeah, I just think acting is an opportunity to expose deep and dark truths.
I totally agree with that. You just spoke some deep quote right there. You should totally yeah,
I should
totally
lock
make that
that
a
down.
Facebook status.
I got you. Yeah.
Now let's discuss this new project that you have coming out. What's the name of it?
The project name is A Change of Plans, and it's a short
All right.
film. It's a short film. In a nutshell, this is a film that's a playful depiction of the mental and emotional journey that normally takes place whenever the battle between expectation and reality
Mhm.
will happen. Because that's always, always, always the case when you expect something, whether you expect something very good, or whether you expect something calm, cool, relaxed, maybe something boring. and you get something else completely. There's always a shock, and there's always a myriad of emotions and thoughts that happen, and things just change randomly and quickly. And sometimes, especially someone who thinks they have things under control,
mm-hmm.
they have to get taught. But when life happens, they have to scramble and try to see if they can now, balance themselves, get themselves back on track, and move forward. So that's in a nutshell, in a very general, without me saying too much about what's actually going on, a great way for me to kind of try to describe what's going on. It's really just a piece of a long story of self-actualization and self-worth that
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, we don't want any spoilers. I will not be the person that's out here and everyone's like, oh, Sharryse's show, she's always giving away spoilers. We're not doing that. We are not doing it. Now, are there some big names attached to your project?
Yes. However, let me slow down before I get to you. I do have a gag order.
Okay.
And I'm afraid that some wild ninjas will pop up for me at any moment if I even say the word.
I'm going to pop up on you on set. I'm going to pop up on you on set, and then I can find out after, I guess, when you're able to release that information. I can pop up and I could do an interview with your cast, and then we can find out who those names are. Definitely. Yeah, I mean, it's really incredible, this whole thing, to be able to have an idea germinating in your heart, and then take your time, do research, feel things out, and then start to learn how to put it down on paper, and then start to see it slowly becoming an actual thing that I can share with others. That's really all it's been about for me. That's the most important thing. Everything's been about for me so far. So I'm so ecstatic right now. Okay.
So ecstatic.
Now, you mentioned earlier, and we have also spoke offline, that you did music. So has any part of your new project, with this film, has it sparked you to jump back into the studio and maybe make a soundtrack for your film, or even just doing an EP or maybe a mixtape, anything like that?
Yes. Every single thing that you said, absolutely.
Wow.
Not particularly in that order, but you asked me earlier as well if martial arts got me into acting, and I had to say no. They actually weren't related. But it was actually doing music that got me into acting, because I was doing music. I was writing songs, and I was trying to develop a sound, but there was always something off. I remember, doing a song or two and having a partner that I was working with that was saying, "Hey, let's put this out," and I always felt like I'm not too sure if this is ready, or like I just felt like I didn't want to just take a boat and just push it out into a river with no paddles, no direction, and watch it just float away, and I just felt like there was always a little bit more. So I was inspired to look a little deeper, look a little bit further, and see, if I have a message that I really want to put forth, if I have a message I want to put out, what else is it that I want to do? What else is it that I feel is important that makes me want to, withhold, this? Why do I not feel like this song, or just coming out with an EP or a quick little mixtape, why is this not enough? What else do I want to say? So it took a little time, took a little soul searching, and my vocal instructor, Unc Raw, he actually invited me to look forward. And I had two vocal coaches, vocal instructors, and they both always told me that there was a little bit more to me than what I thought. So they wanted me to open myself up. Yeah, they wanted me to open myself up. And my first vocal instructor, Suan, she had a career Broadway and off Broadway, Joanne Gershenson, she always wanted me to open up, do some research, check out musicals, and see what was going on. She wanted me to experience the full spectacle of Broadway and full spectacle of. I mean, it was very, very beautiful what she was trying to do. Uncle Ra, who's, I guess at this point, his largest claim to fame that some people would remember is being the vocal coach on MTV's Making the Band with
I know who that is. I definitely used to watch that. I was a faithful viewer.
So he, I got so much insight from him on an industry level. But he also just looked at me. He also said, there's more to you than just writing songs. So he just told me, hey, why don't you take an acting class? And I was enrolled in Hunter College. Hunter College has an incredible theater program. So I took an acting class, and that was it. That was it. I was like, it didn't take too long. I was just like, I can't honestly tell myself that I'm not enjoying myself on another level. And, believe it or not, acting is where I could do everything. I could do any and everything. Like, if it made sense, then I could do it. If it made sense that I could do it, I could be myself completely. I didn't have to hold back anything. I didn't have to not, whatever. I didn't have to worry about people, trying to, Pierre is just trying to show off or something like that. Or something like that. Like there was always a place for me somewhere, or always a place for something that I was able to do, always a place for an idea that I had within acting. I just had to look within myself and apply it. And if I applied it, in a strong manner.
That is awesome.
Yeah, so that's really what brought me to acting. Acting just told me it's okay to do this. It's okay to be able to do that. I've been criticized by people for thinking that my head was all over the place. One second I said I wanted to do this. Next second I said I wanted to do that. Next second I said everything, just all of that, all those questions just disappeared. Because when it comes down to acting, it's more like, what do you have to bring to this table? What do you have to bring to this character? What do you have to bring to this story? Or what can you do to deliver these emotions to this audience? And that right there is like, it's like feeling like you're sitting down at a park. You're watching a whole bunch of guys play basketball. And you're watching people play and you're thinking to yourself, oh, everybody looks like they're having fun. That guy looks like he's doing good, but I would have done better over here. I would have done better over there. And then there's a point, one time, where it becomes your turn.
Right.
All that talking is done.
Now it's time to put that talk into action. And you can get to play every role that you want or position that you want. So I feel you on that.
Yeah.
When can we expect this new project to drop? And how can everyone check it out?
At this moment, I would tell you tentatively, the expectation for myself at this moment is early 2020.
Okay.
Which is approaching fast.
It is. But you know what? Like I said, I'm going to be the one to let these listeners know when they're actually going to be able to check it out. So it's all good. You'll be back on my show. I'll be around. I'll be on set. It's all good.
Well, I definitely hope so. I hope this isn't a one-off. I'll tell you that much.
Oh, absolutely not. I've enjoyed you. It's been fun. So, what's next for you? Can you give us the scoop on any other projects that you may have going on? I don't know if you volunteer or if you work with any nonprofits.
I actually have. I mean, I donate. I mean, I haven't done anything. I don't think I've done anything like on a large scale. Not yet, at least. I'm not in a position to do it that I want to do. I mean, of course, I want to change the world. I want to heal the world.
Right.
But I haven't. I mean, there's definitely some environmental groups that are located here in New York City. There was a time I was even sponsored. I had children that I sponsored in other countries.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
I haven't done that yet, but I definitely do my due diligence out here. So that's what's up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have any major plans for the 4th of July?
You know, I don't remember the last thing I did on the 4th of July, and that's the crazy part. I don't have anything crazy planned because I've been like, 4th of July was when I like had opportunities to go hustle, do something extra, like extra work or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember, you know, like just spending time with some people, watching fireworks and so forth. But I haven't like gone out and actually done something of my own yet. So I think I'm gonna look into that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I don't have any plans, but I guess the only plan I have is to be on somebody's beach. So I'm definitely gonna check out the beach.
I am not a beach boy. I'm not a beach boy.
You know what? I don't go to the beach to actually. You know what I go to the beach for? I make sure I have a chair because I hate sand, and I just lay back and sunbathe because I love the sun.
Okay, there you go. That's cool.
Yeah. So that's what I do when I go to the beach. I don't get into the water. I don't do any extra
stuff. You hate sand.
Yeah, sand is not my friend.
You know, like walk in the water? Like, you know, walking on the sand, have the waves crashing at your feet. None of that.
That's nice. But I've never been a beach body, but because I moved to Wilmington, which the beach was literally like 10 minutes away, I guess I kind of got a love for the atmosphere of it, like the environment of it. So, you know, this is my thing for the 4th of July. I don't really go to the beach, but I am going to go on the 4th. So, yeah.
Okay. Cool. That's great.
Before you go, can you share your social media with our listeners?
Yeah, absolutely. You can find me on Instagram at @Pierre_Edouard, THEPIERRE_EDOUARD. And you'll find me there. I normally was not very, very active. I've just gotten on maybe a few months ago. But at this point, I'm definitely slowly going to post more information up. The link to my IMBD, any information to the project change of plans, which will be being updated whenever ready. So, yeah, all the information will be there. I will be posting up any major updates that need to be publicized. I definitely will be doing so on the Instagram page.
Okay, awesome. Well, it was a pleasure to have you on my show, man, and I can't wait to have you back again.
Oh, thank you so much. I can't wait for it, and I cannot wait to see you on set. It'll be...
Oh, yeah, that's going to be... Man, that's going to be something. We're going to have a good time.
Absolutely.
It's your girl, Sharryse, and I'm out.
Digital Dope Radio.